Hello and welcome. My name is Kayla, and this is a 15-minute yin yoga practice to help you unwind. You can begin by placing both of your hands on your knees, maybe lowering your gaze toward the floor or closing your eyes. Begin by slowing your breath. You might place your hand on your heart and check in with what's going on around you. Are there any sounds that you notice in the room? Are there any thoughts that come? You might begin to release through your neck by drawing your nose down toward the floor. Maybe drawing it up toward the ceiling gently. You can even take it over to your shoulder by bringing your right ear down towards your shoulder, taking your right hand and gently pressing on your temple. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. Maybe gently bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. Bring your left hand and place it on your right temple, gently being sure not to overstress or overstretch the neck. Do a gentle twist to the left. First by taking your right hand, placing it on your left knee, taking your left hand behind you, maybe taking your gaze toward the back of the room. And then coming back to center and doing the same thing on the other side. We'll be doing some gentle upper body work in this class. It can be nice to do during your workday, during the middle of your day, or as an evening practice before you head to sleep. We'll do some rainbows to open up the side body, taking your left hand to the floor, placing it where it feels comfortable, and rainbowing your right arm over, stretching toward the wall, opening your chest toward the ceiling, rolling your chest toward the floor, letting your gaze flow naturally, doing the same thing on the other side. Gently pressing your hand into the earth, taking your left hand over. And then coming back to center. Together we'll move into our first posture together, which will be caterpillar. So you can take a seat, root your tailbone into the ground, shine your head toward the ceiling. You can decide how wide or close together your legs are. I'm taking a little bit of a wider posture here, just allowing my ankles to relax. Allow your hands to fall where they fall, maybe on the floor, maybe on your shins or your ankles, but there's no need to force here. Just simply allow your chest to melt forward, and then make a decision about if you'd like your nose to follow, drawing it toward the earth. Relaxing through your shoulders. Maybe continuing some of that pattern with your neck, deciding if it feels good to let it fully release here. Coming back to your breath. Using your breath to allow your body to release tension. Coming back up to center here. Come into hands and knees. You can bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. You can place both of your feet on the top of the earth. Centering yourself on your mat, you can bring your back toward the ceiling, drawing the crown of your head and your nose toward the floor for cat, and then dropping your belly, raising your tailbone toward the sky, lifting your head toward the sky for cow. And then moving through cat and cow at your pace, at your breath pattern. Allowing yourself just a moment to move through your spine. You might even find that you'd like to make some C shapes with your spine. Whatever it is that feels comfortable. Before moving into our next posture, we'll head into melting heart, so you can keep your knees under your hips. You can just come down onto your elbows, your forearms, seeing how that feels. And if it's comfortable, then you can begin to stretch your arms forward in front of you, placing your forehead on the earth. Maybe taking your hands together, bringing them over your head in a prayer posture. Allowing your chest to melt toward the floor if that feels comfortable. Being gentle on your shoulders, but feeling the stretch in this posture. Always remembering you can feel free to move gently out of the posture at any point if it becomes uncomfortable. Coming back up briefly onto hands and knees, we'll come down into extended child's. Taking both of your knees, bringing them to the outside of your mat, bringing your toes together, and then bringing your hips down towards your heels, stretching your hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead to the earth. Allowing your hips to melt, chest to melt toward the floor. Noticing how each breath expands your lungs, expands your rib cage. You might roll your forehead from right to left on the floor, which helps bring a sense of peace and of grounding. Let any thoughts melt away as we come into our next posture. You can come to a seated position, and you can stay in easy pose keeping your left foot in front of your right. If that's enough for your hips, you can feel free to stay there through the duration of the posture, or if you'd like to, you can come into fire log by bringing that left foot to your right knee. You can try to add a little bit of comfort, maybe by placing your hand between your knee and your foot, or you can simply allow your left knee to melt towards your right ankle. Here I'm staying in an upright position. This felt like enough for me today, but you can always feel free to move into a forward fold by walking your hands forward, placing your elbows on the earth. You can take a moment to have additional movement through your neck. You could even add a gentle twist. I invite you to make this practice your own, to always know that my offerings are just a suggestion and that you are always welcome to find what feels best in your body. And as you're ready, you can come out of this posture on the side, stretching your legs long, maybe rolling your ankles, maybe even taking your knees in, placing them on the earth and rocking your knees from side to side, windshield wipering from right to left, before we move into this gentle hip opener on the other side. So again, you can keep your right foot just in front of your left. And if that feels like enough opening in your hips, you can stay there, or you can take it to fire log by placing that right foot on top of the left ankle, the left knee. Allowing your hands, your arms to fall where they fall. Again, yogi's choice, maybe adding a forward fold, maybe a twist, maybe staying right here. Using your breath, allowing your body to release the tension in your hips. As you're ready on your next inhale, we'll begin to make our way out of this posture and make our way down to our backs for Shavasana. Taking the time for a minute or so of total rest allows us to reset and recharge, allowing the earth to fully support your entire body, allowing your body to take as much space as you need. Letting your feet drop open, your hands come to the earth. Choosing to keep them up toward the ceiling or toward the sky, if you're feeling a sense of openness and opportunity, or even choosing to bring them to your belly, to your chest. If you're feeling the desire for a sense of groundedness, of connectedness, sense of security. We'll stay here for just a few more brief moments in total rest, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back together. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, or as you're ready, you can begin to find gentle movement in your fingers and your toes. You might even make your way over to your right side, staying for a brief moment in a fetal posture before coming up back to seated. You might roll your shoulders, taking a final breath, arms wide, hands together above the head, thumbs to heart, to Anjali Mudra.